Breaking report from ABC News. Israeli Defense Minister declares a special state of emergency in the country following what he called a preemptive strike against Iran. Did you hear anything about this, Mick?
Iran? Is that what you're reporting?
It says what he called a preemptive strike against Iran. This is ABC News, where Geraldo and I both worked in the past.
Raise your hand if you're surprised by this. All the signs have been there for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. It started with this impromptu meeting at Camp David. Ordinarily, when Donald Trump goes to Camp David, it's not news. He left Bedminster to go to Camp David, which he would never do. He met with the generals. He met with the state, with Marco Rubio. Then we hear stories about us, removing our people from various embassies and so forth. I'd be curious to know the details, but I'm not surprised that this news is coming out.
How is it preemptive, Geraldo?
Well, it's preemptive in the sense that Iran has not used these weapons that they allegedly are working so hard to obtain. The thing that I worry about, it makes me sick to my stomach, is I hope that Israeli domestic politics didn't influence this. I hope that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not attacking Iran to take the spotlight off himself. And
they don't explain why it was preemptive.
Of elections.
They don't explain why it was preemptive. They just say, yeah, but that's not preemptive.
Iran didn't hit them first.
I know, but that's dicey, right? That's dicey. Certainly America can't do that. You have to make a show. If you're not going to go to Congress the way you're supposed to, and no president does it anymore because Congress doesn't make them because they don't want the power, because they don't want to be held accountable. But, you got to have a factual basis for understanding that it was about to happen. But we'll leave that until we get more information. The defense minister says following Israel's preemptive strike against Iran, so a missile and UAV attack is expected to target Israel from Iran. And so then what, Mick? What does the U.S. do on this?
Yeah, this is going to be look, as unexpected as it was, it doesn't make it any less serious. It's going to be a long night, it sounds like, in Israel. It was a long night, it sounds like, in Iran as well. Be curious to see what the nature of the response is. Is it escalatory? If, for example, if Israel's attacked the nuclear sites, military sites within Iran, does Iran respond by attacking Israeli military sites, or they go after residential?
You got Huckabee in Jerusalem. What if they hit our embassy in Jerusalem? You know what? I need you guys. Are you in a rush? Do you guys have to leave? Or are you good?
I'm with
Let me bring in John Spencer and Aaron David Miller. Can I get 4 up at once, Dusty? All right. Aaron David Miller, worked for both administrations. He's been a Mideast peace negotiator. He's a mentor of mine. He's at the Carnegie Mellon Institute now. And I have the chair of urban warfare studies at West Point, John Spencer. So can I have everybody at once, so that we can have just one conversation about this? All right. So, Geraldo, I want to get to John Spencer when he comes in, because I want to understand the vocabulary here. Preemptive strike. Oh, good. John, thanks for joining me. ADM, thank you for joining me. You guys are with Geraldo and Mick Mulvaney. John, preemptive strike, Israel against Iran. What is the basis you need to call something that?
I mean, we already have a U.S. Strategic Command general saying that they're 1 week, if they wanted to, from breaking out. 2 weeks ago, they tested a 2-ton. And just so you know, Hiroshima was 15-ton. Iran tested a 2-ton ballistic missile. It's trying to push to an intercontinental ballistic missile. Preemptive is because there's some type of intelligence saying Iran's not negotiating in good faith. It's rushing to a bomb. It's rushing to a capability to strike. And it changed this, death to America and death to Israel. So it's preemptive because there's some type of intelligence saying that they're rushing to something. So you have explosions in Tehran, you have explosions in other places. It does look like, unconfirmed, that Israel has struck at some type of threat to the state of Israel.
Aaron David Miller, we have Ambassador Huckabee in Jerusalem. He's there. Kind of dangerous to have our guy in place there, to be honest. But and he's saying, long live Jerusalem, peace to Jerusalem. What are the calculations for America? Did they have to be part of this decision?
whether they're part of it or well, look, Chris, and thanks for having me. I don't think Benjamin Netanyahu had asked for permission, and he doesn't have to ask for forgiveness. The only surprise here is that the attack occurred today and didn't await the final meeting between Arachi, the Iranian foreign minister, and Stephen Witkoff on Sunday in Oman. That was to be the deadline by which the Iranians were going to come back with their proposal. Clearly what's happened. The administration has already read the handwriting on the wall. The Iranian response was not going to be good enough. Benjamin Netanyahu believes he's probably correct from his calculations, and politics does play into this. There will never, ever be a better opportunity right now. Israel has escalation dominance. An Israeli general said to me, it's like we're playing soccer with the Iranians, but they don't have a goalie. The question now is, as John said, we don't know what they hit. And the Israelis have two options. They can go after discrete nuclear enrichment facilities, the ones they know about, or they could hit everything that they do know about throughout the entire country. But they can't, even operating at long range with all the skill they have. At best, they're going to set this program back a year. It would take the marshaling of the ferocity of an American response with the B-2 Spirit bombers and Diego Garcia, the largest bombs known on the planet Earth, the massive ordnance penetrators, which could only be delivered by the B-2s, to get under...
the bunker busters.
Exactly.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.